Imagine a stray cat wandering down a dirty alleyway. Most of us just see like a mild nuisance, or maybe we make those little clicking noises to try and pet it.
Right, just a totally normal street cat.
Exactly. But what if I told you that exact same cat might actually hold the secret to healing a weary world? Welcome to today's deep dive. We are looking at a poem today called The Obsidian Flame, and our mission is to figure out why we, as humans, feel this innate need to take a simple, everyday encounter with an animal and, mythologize it into something magical.
It is such a fascinating psychological phenomenon. And the text we're analyzing takes the literal visual of a cat and
hmm
just uses it as a vehicle. It completely bypasses just describing fur and paws.
Yeah, it goes straight for the heavy stuff.
It really does. It explores majesty, longing, and how finding beauty in the mundane can actually provide real, tangible, emotional comfort to the observer.
Okay, so let's get into the mechanics of that.
Yep.
Because the poem immediately hits you with this insane contrast. The cat is born of embers and the deep, silent ink.
Such a striking opening image.
Right. And its coat is a symphony of mahogany fire. I mean, earlier in my notes, I jotted down the phrase visual alchemy, but to be honest, I'm not totally sure what that actually means in a practical sense. Like, how does describing colors make an animal mythic?
Well, think about how the human brain processes contrast. When the author pairs silent ink, which, it evokes that freezing, static void of night, with the warm, dynamic movement of mahogany fire, they're basically hacking your visual perception.
Oh, wow. So they're forcing you to see it differently.
Exactly. It forces your mind's eye to see the cat not just as an animal blending into the shadows, but as something actively glowing against them.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. It reminds me of like a glowing ember popping in a pitch black fireplace.
That is a perfect analogy. That high contrast lighting is a classic psychological trick to signal to the reader, hey, pay attention, this creature is supernatural.
But then the poem takes this massive leap. I mean, it doesn't just stop at dramatic lighting. We suddenly get white mitten paws claiming a cobblestone throne, and her tail is described as the plume of a phoenix's wing.
The mythical elevation.
Yeah, but I have to push back a little here. Isn't calling a street cat a phoenix on a throne a bit over the top? I mean, we're talking about an alleyway, not a medieval castle.
I get that, but that tension you're feeling, that is entirely the point. By slamming ancient royal imagery into a gritty urban setting, the text is challenging how you view your own surroundings.
So a cobblestone throne isn't supposed to be a delusion.
Not at all, it's a reclamation. The author is arguing that ancient magic isn't just locked away in mythology textbooks, it's walking softly down your street. Naming her a phoenix strips away our modern cynicism and forces us to look at a regular environment with ancient reverence.
Ah, so it's less about the cat literally being magic and more about retraining the observer to see the magic hidden in plain sight.
Precisely.
I can see that. If you're walking to work and feeling completely disconnected, seeing an animal presiding over its domain like that suddenly makes the world feel, I don't know, a lot more alive.
Which leads right to the core purpose of the encounter. Because this regal presence actually serves a deeper function. The poem shifts from the visual to the spiritual, claiming she's not merely a creature of sinew and bone.
Right, and that her gaze holds the weight of 1,000 lost stars.
Yes, the emotional resonance there is huge.
And here's where it gets really deep. The text claims she is healing the world and its hittermost scars through a dance of pure silk and a flicker of gold. I mean, I love cats, and the rhythm of that line totally mimics the soothing vibration of a cat's purr. But healing the world? How does a quick sighting of an animal cure a weary world?
Well, it's the psychological antidote of aesthetic beauty. The text explicitly frames the world as weary and scarred, right?
Yeah, it does.
So when we encounter something that possesses pure physical grace, that dance of pure silk, it interrupts our daily grind. That fleeting moment of awe snaps us out of our anxieties.
Wait, so the healing isn't like a cosmic spell or anything?
Exactly. It's the sudden surge of empathy and wonder the observer feels. The text synthesizes all this physical grace and emotional repair into one massive claim, calling it the greatest love story that's ever been told.
Wow. It is a wild, incredible journey for the reader. We start with a brown and black cat crossing a street, and through like the mechanics of contrast and metaphor, we arrive at this profound moment of planetary healing.
It demands that you look closer at the world around you, rather than just sleepwalking through it.
Which leaves you, the listener, with something to think about. If a simple observation of a wandering white-mittened cat can evoke the greatest love story, what other supposedly mundane moments in your own daily routine are actually profound mythic encounters? Keep an eye out,
Always.
because the secret the Twilight has kept might be walking right past you.